Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is the Big Girl Diary. Now, I'm live streaming from two places on my YouTube and Instagram at the same time. And I got a good one for you today. I'm doing an interview with Lexie, and it's about Marilyn Manson. Yes, Marilyn Manson, the man that is completely misunderstood. Or or not. Is he misunderstood, or is he just simply a a person that one can say, oh, he he's a bad man. He does all these horrible things. Look at his stage presence. Look at what he does on stage. Look at all these things that he does. Huh. Or is it the man who he really is? Does he do all those things? Or is it just an act? He is an entertainer. That's what he does. He entertains. However, when Lexie calls up, we're going to get into it in the thick of things. So be here or be square. Now, let me give you a little background. All right. Marilyn Manson is a person who's terribly misunderstood, in my humble opinion. This thought is coming from an outsider because I am an outsider looking, and I am. From my point of view, Marilyn Manson holds many hats. He does. He speaks for the underdog. He speaks for the person with broken hearts. He speaks for those people through his music. And then there are other hats that were given to him that he didn't even ask for. They just put it on him. Um, I can't do scripts. Too hard for me to do scripts. Now he's all those things. He is, but those other hats that people put on him, that is what they think about who he is. They're looking into it like, oh, he's a devil worshiper, oh, he's an occultist, he's this, he's that. He's all these things, but never been to one concert. Never read one of his interviews. No, didn't even know that he was married or this or that, none of those things. No, they just come up with what they believe to be true. Now, just a little background. Marilyn Manson, he comes from Ohio, Canton, Ohio. And he's one of those, he's an intellect, a tall intellect person, intellectual, which was a magnet for him to be bullied. So he was terribly bullied. And he was terribly beaten up. So he always had to fight. That comes out through his music. And people that have been bullied and lived a similar life, if not similar, but have a semblance or an understanding of it, gravitates to his music. And the funny part is, they call him a racist. The people that were beating him up, they weren't black, they weren't Latino, they weren't Asian. They were other white people beating up on Marilyn Manson because he was different. That's it, because he's different. He chooses to be who he is. And he chooses to be that on stage, to let people know it is okay to be who you are. And you be that. Be that. Be individual, be unique, and don't follow the crowd. Don't follow the herd. Don't do that. Because they're going to lead you right off of a cliff. However, my perspective on Marilyn Manson is I think he is just one of those guys that cares way too much. Not only does he care way too much, he helps people to get from point A to point B. He helps artists. He works with a little bit of everyone. He works with, you would never believe, he works with rap artists. Actually, he wrote a song that was infused, and I can't remember the guy's name at this very moment. I just have to look back at one of my older videos. But however, he did a little bit of everything. So when people say he's a racist, you gotta, and I keep on telling people, I'm like, look, being a racist is a group activity. It's an action. You don't sit there and just say blah, 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 blah. You just say things. No, you got to put action behind what you say. And I have not seen Marilyn Manson jump on that wagon of oppressing, suppressing people. No, he's the one who's being bullied. And he's a bad for it, which Lexie will get into when she calls. So, having said all of that, when she comes up, it's going to be interesting, and I cannot wait. It's going to be a good one because she is a huge Marilyn Manson fan, not a fanatic. No, not a fanatic. She's a fan, and she's not one of those individuals who will side with whomever she listens to, with whomever she follows. No, she doesn't do that. What she does is she looks at the information and she makes an informed decision. If she believes what's being said and Marilyn Manson did all those things, she'll say, no, Marilyn, no, that's wrong. I can't rock with that. I can't, and I won't. And I'll cancel you myself. That is who Lexie is. However, if she believes that you're being wrongfully persecuted, as I believe that Marilyn Manson is being wrongfully persecuted, she will most definitely be a fighter on your side. She will most definitely debate. She will do not whatever she has to do, but she's one of those people that you want on your side, fighting with you and for you. That is who Lexie is. She's one of those great down-to-earth people. And she's a good person because I have talked to her behind the scenes. And you may think she's a delicate flower. Oh no, under that delicate flower, there's a steel fist underneath it. That is Lexie. She's one of those great, great people. Oops, wait a minute. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh man. Okay, here she is. Oh, come on. Hey, Lexie. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Lexie. Oh, goodness. I am so sorry. Okay. I'm messing up already. Four, 9, 1, 7. Uh-oh. Let me try again. I'm sorry. I'm messing up big time. And it happens when you least expect it. You have everything all well-oiled machine. Everything is going great. And then it just takes one thing to mess up on. And yes, okay. Hey, Lexie, how you doing? Good, how are you? Great. I am so sorry. I was doing an intro and I accidentally hung up on you. That's okay. I'm not gonna. I want you to try to call me. Oh, no. I was doing an intro, which I finished, and I was finished talking about you. Oh, thank you. And I just was giving my intro and my thoughts about Marilyn Manson being the intellect that he is, being a person that was bullied, and being pegged as a racist, which he's not, And the people that abused him or the people who called him a racist were the people that were beating up on him, and they were white people. In fact, he got beat up in Denny's in Canada. You can't make this up. You can't.
2013 at the Pavilion, someone threw a either a hat or a t-shirt at him, had a full can of beer in it, and put his lip. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It was awful. Like, I don't know. There's people all over that don't like Manson.
Yeah.
In his book, since we're talking about bullying, you mentioned that someone he went to school with, I think, here in Peru, went to one of his shows, and like he got caught, and he had like guns, and he was like trying to get Manson. So there's a lot of things.
It's awful. It's really awful, but we have a lot of ground to cover, a whole lot of ground. And by you being a fan, not a fanatic at all, I was just telling them that you're one of those people, because we talk behind the scenes, you're one of those people who are level-headed and you look at the information. And if the information doesn't sound right, you'll call it out. If you thought that Marilyn Manson did all these things, you would be the first person canceling him.
Right.
And if you believe that he's being wrongfully convicted and accused of doing things, you'll be the first one to defend. And you've been out there defending. I've been watching your posts. I've been watching you, and you are most definitely a defender. So, would you like to say a couple of things before I get into my questions? Would you like to do a monologue on how you feel? Or do you want me to go straight into the questions? Oh no, did my call drop? Please say my call didn't drop. Oh no.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can. I was gonna say, oh no, my phone dropped.
Here, a little closer. Okay, now you're close.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. What you were saying, I definitely looked into everything before, coming up with, I don't believe Evan Rachel would. First couple of days, it was like, oh God, please tell me Manson didn't do this, and I'm like, oh no, he's a guy, maybe he did, maybe he got himself into a bad situation. And then I'm like, feeling bad, and I'm doing all this looking into old, videos of Evan and Manson, and Evan's interviews after they split, and Manson after they split, and just Manson was hurt more than Evan was. Evan was like, oh, life goes on, and Manson was like, I'm hurt, I'm down and out for, I think he stopped making music for a couple of years, better.
Wow. Oh no. Lexie? Okay.
Did you lose me?
Yeah, I have to invest in a better phone. No, that's me. You said the last thing you said was that he was more hurt than Evan, and he said he was sad, and Evan's like, oh well, my life moves on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, basically. And then, years later, she's like, oh, he groomed me, and he abused me, and he did this and that. He raped me in this scene, sorry, raped me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when we actually worked with them on the team, we're like, hey, they had pants on from the waist down, they were, decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely looked into it before I was like, oh, Evan's lying, because, I have my own story, and I'm like, oh, it took me a while to be able to, get help, because I was scared, so, I understood that, but then she on stage the Manson off, but it's like, oh, right, you know. But I had that feeling way at the beginning. I was like, oh, this is crap, you know. Like you can.
You didn't, Lexie? Ah, yeah, that's my phone. Okay, because I don't want this to keep on going in and out. If you would like to come up, you don't have to come up on if you like to come up on video, you don't have to show yourself. You could just show the wall and talk that way. Because this phone is going to keep on going out and it's going to if you but if you want to, we can still do it this way. But the last thing you said was that Evan flipped off Marilyn Manson while she was on stage. And that doesn't sound like someone who has been abused.
Right.
Which you're absolutely right. I mean, who does that?
That just string me out going up. And I don't really care if people think. Ask the site for permission.
If you go on the go onto YouTube, you don't have to go on the StreamYard. Go onto YouTube, onto my live stream, and I left the link. If you click that, then you will pop right on up. Yeah, I do need to invest in a better phone. I know I do. I looked at other call-in services, but they won't. Look, $200-300 a month. No, I'm sorry. I'm not there yet. I'm not that big time YouTuber bringing in that type of money. No. Oh no.
Yeah, permissions.
Yeah,
What that means.
that is strange. Oh no. Well then, okay. That's strange. It's not coming in on YouTube. Are you going through YouTube?
Yeah, I got the link. I click it, and then it takes me to says I'm in the studio.
Let me try this again. Let me send another link down.
Then those are overlays go on your lap. What does that mean?
As they say in Jacob's Ladder, if anything wrong could happen, it will, and a little extra. And look, I know I'm not quoting it well. I know I'm not quoting it accurately. I know that. So, but you get the gist of it. Yeah, but Marilyn Manson is one of those people who fight for the underdog, and I found quite interesting. And correct me if I'm wrong. He wears a lot of the goth makeup because he's thumbing his nose at the people who say, you know, if the LGBTQ people want to wear makeup, they can. I'm thumbing my nose at you who say don't do that. I don't recognize you doing that. I don't. Well, not him not recognizing, but for the people that add their disapproval, he's like, who cares about whether you approve or disapprove? Am I right on that? And could you elaborate a little bit more on that?
He doesn't care what other people think, you know. And his talk over the years is don't worry about what other people think, you know. If you feel a certain way, then you want to be like, you know, purple and rainbows all day, then be rainbows all day, you know. don't worry what other people think. And, you know, I'm sorry. Like, started to think of turning into mechanical animals. When everybody was like, oh, you got his rib doing the move. You know, that was prosthetics. But really what people thought, you know, I was like, that's just art. You know?
Wait a minute, so that is true? He actually did that on stage? With the prosthetic. Prosthetic?
Yeah, he had prosthetics. If I had a girl, I don't know who it was. But he had a girl dressed up like him. That's the stage, so it looked like he was, you know.
Oh, well, that's where that came from. Okay. I was trying to figure out because I heard about that and I looked on some tweets and some people inboxed me on Instagram and also on Twitter. And also, say on YouTube, well, he did this, and he did this guy is sick. Why do you even care about what he says? You know, he's just one of these people, and he's in the cult. I mean, the stuff I get for pointing out, wait a minute, this right here is not true. Just follow the evidence. No, I don't want the evidence. What are you doing? So I mean, I heard that and I was like, that don't even make sense. I mean, you actually believe that he's an entertainer. He's entertaining, and I thought I laughed when I really had a gut laugh. Are you there? Oh no. Okay. Hmm. Yeah.
When I was little, you know, my uncle came home from California. First he lived in Florida, then he came home from California, and he like had all these stories of being at Manson concerts and Godborn concerts and stuff. And wait, he told me that you know, like the rumor of Manson getting his rib removed and stuff like that. I didn't know that it was prosthetic. I thought it was cool. I was like, oh, it's cool. You get your rib removed, you're more flexible. Like that, I found out, oh, it's just prosthetic. So I was like, oh my god, I went into it. But like, I believe that he got it removed so he could do things to himself instead. You know, but really, I mean,
The stuff that people come up with. I mean, I thought that in itself when I heard that, and people like, why do you cover that man? He does this, he does that, and throwing that narrative out there. I mean, I thought it was hysterical, and then to do something like that to where people can see it on stage. And keep in mind, it's on stage. It's called entertainment. Entertainment. And that now I gotta say he entertained the people because they're still talking about it, whether if you thought it was good or bad, and that right there is subjective because what you may think is bad may make people laugh and they think it's hysterical. But it's an individual thing. I thought that was hysterical. I'm like, whoa. But Marilyn Manson is one of those types of people that he's a lightning rod for controversy. And he stayed in the public eye for a very, very long time due to it. And in fact, I remember when he first came out, I remember him being on the Phil Donahue show, and I actually remember watching that show. The fact that I actually remember that is really interesting. And I just thought, wow. Now my brother listened to him. I listened to like all types of music. Oh, all right.
since my uncle Scott came home and showed me that picture of him and Manson, and they have long hair. It was a meet and greet photo.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, you guys look like brothers. And like from there, it was just like obsession. Kind of. I grew out of it, but you know, I still like have Manson stuff all over my house and all of his albums. I had to get the Spooky Kid, but you know.
I have to ask you, speaking of that, now there is a certain sect of the population of this country say, oh, Marilyn Manson, he's evil. He's a worshiper. He worships devils. In fact, he's the one that started the Columbine shooting. He's the one that did it. His music was the one that made those students do that. What is your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I didn't see how his music would make anybody do that. He did mention like putting sounds in his music to make babies cry and dogs bark and such. But I really don't think that he would ever.
Lexie, go back again. I'm sorry, my phone went out again. Lexie? Oh no. I'm sorry, my phone went out again.
It's okay.
The last thing that you said, that you didn't think that he had anything to do with the Columbine because of his music, and what he said in his music, he had sound effects, which all artists do. They all put sound effects in their oh my god, in their music. So go ahead, please.
They all put like sounds in their music. There's some that play it backwards and literally satanic messages.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't know how true that is, but you know, that was a rumor.
No, it's very true. It's very true.
Yeah, I don't see how Manson could have encouraged anyone to go shoot at the school. I don't know how they put two and two together, but you know, his family said he was like a huge Misfits fan, and but I should really look into.
You should look into what? Ah, this phone. Lexi? Now, as she comes back on, I could go ahead and give her a little background, because I remember that the Columbine, when it came out. And yeah, the guys who committed these crimes were misfits, and they were terribly bullied. Now, Marilyn Manson's music is not to where it says, hey, go do this. No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying, I understand what you're going through. And the one song that I think that I really can remember is Beautiful People. And what he's saying is that, yeah, there are beautiful people. You're not only beautiful, but you know, everybody is beautiful. Now that is my interpretation of it. You may have another different interpretation of it, but when you take music and say, oh, well, because of what he's saying, it encouraged those boys to do that in that school in Columbine. Well, let's stop and say, really? If if Marilyn Manson's lyrics had that much power over the children and over what those students were doing, my question is, well, what were you doing to stop it? Were you going into the rooms? Were you concerned? Were you looking? And I'm not trying to sound flippant or unsensitive or insensitive. No, please don't take it in that manner. That's not what I'm trying to get across. What I'm trying to get across is that if these young guys who did that based on what Marilyn Manson says, then that right there speaks to a lot to their mindset and the people that were around them, for them to be that easily influenced to go do something so horrendous. Are you with me, Lexi? So there's a lot to that.
Okay, definitely. Yeah, they point their fingers, you know, so quickly. Like, oh, he's a shoplifter, and it's Graham Manson. You know, he's talking about guns, bad government. Let's pinpoint him for the easiest target. You know.
Oh yeah. I looked at Marilyn Manson. I looked at, researching him going throughout the years, and he is an easy target to blame global warming on him. Marilyn Manson's music, it's global warming, it's Marilyn Manson's fault. Get him, cancel him. He's making all of the ice is melting because of his music. You can look at him and say, oh, he's the reason why all the guys are cutting off their hair so young. It's all his fault. Get him, get Marilyn Manson, cancel him. You can go on and on. Marilyn Manson is just one of those people that people love to attach things to him. As I stated earlier, Marilyn Manson wears a hat that he gives to the world, but there are people who attach his hats to him that he never agreed to that attachment, but they keep it to him. And the Taliban is one of those hats that people keep attaching to Marilyn Manson. I'm sorry, go ahead. Lexie? Yeah, it's really, really, really something. I'm my phone. Oh my goodness. I'm looking for another phone, and hopefully I could hurry up and get one, because this phone that I have, it drops, it goes in and out, and um don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for it. So I'm not saying that I'm not. I am. But however, I'm sort of like going a little low tech. So this is my phone it's the phone that I'm using for people to call in on. So, oh, goodness. Oh, I hope this phone didn't. Okay. Yeah, now I can.
Awesome. Let's turn it up.
You don't have to bring up. Well, you can come in on StreamYard. You can, or you can go straight to YouTube. Let me see. I can't. Let me try this. I'm gonna try something a little different. Uh, okay, I'm gonna send you the link through Instagram to see how that works. Oh, now I'm told that I'm live on YouTube. It only just takes 30 minutes. My goodness. Oh, you have to love this stuff. You have to love it.
Oh, for sure.
But Marilyn Manson is simply one of those guys that you can attach anything to. So, what spoke to you about Marilyn Manson? What was it about his music that you gravitated towards?
So, song that I heard was Great Big Wide World, and uh, it was true. Like, like everybody was so stuck in their ways that we're greedy, and this is just what I take from it. Like, we're greedy, and everything would be so much better, but we're stuck in our ways, you know, uh, you know, different countries are, like aliens, and
Oh no, Lexi.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it hit me in a spot where I'm like, wow, he's got like this amazing voice, like these words that could be
Say that again.
the language. The lyrics could be translated in so many different ways. But when you read his book, like yeah, it's a little like
Okay. I sent you the link through Instagram. Check it out. And I can't hear you. The call is. Oh, can you hear me, Lexie? Please say you can. Lexie?
oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so I could allow my cam access. I'm hoping it lets me. I don't know what kind of settings I have on my phone, but I think I've blocked everything.
Okay.
Don't get hacked or anything.
Once you pop up, I'll do everything. You don't have to do anything but just pop in, and then I'll bring you up, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, so it's right about your camera. I'm gonna see if I can adjust this. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hold on. Let me do it on my end. Okay, now I don't want to do that. Uh, okay, okay, it says you're connected, but your device. Oh, you dropped out.
Oh, I gotta stay in here.
Oh, I should have done a dry run with you yesterday. Okay. Okay, I would need. Okay, let me try to connect my mic, my stuff to you. Okay. Oh no. I don't know. I think there's something out there that is trying to suppress what she's saying. I don't know. I wonder if Evan Rachel Wood's minions are out here doing this. I'm so silly. But there is but Marilyn Manson is systematically, in my opinion, being dismantled. Okay, you would need to connect. You have to connect your microphone. Connect your microphone so I can add you. It's not going to let you come up without connecting your microphone. I thought it was on my side, but go in your settings and allow your microphone to be used. Or if not, you can also live stream it on Instagram, so you can come up through that way if you choose to. Yeah, it's still not going to let me add you until you open up your microphone. You got to connect your mic.
Okay.
Or if not, you can come through Instagram because I'm live streaming on Instagram at the same time. I thought I would do something a little revolutionary. But, you know, Marilyn Manson, as I stated earlier, is terribly, terribly misunderstood. Okay, Lexie, I see you on Instagram. Okay. Yep. Okay, you joined. You just gotta push the what is it called? The join in on the conversation. And then when that pops up, oh, there it goes. Okay, I accepted you. Now I'm just waiting for it to pop up. Why is this acting like that? I swear this right here is, I swear, I believe Evan Rachel Wood's minions are doing this. I truly believe that. Oh my goodness, you just don't want the truth coming out. And you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me try to get. Okay, I'm accepting the request. Okay. This is something. There is a concerted effort to keep this interview from going the way it should. Yeah, I know this is weird, Lexie. It is very, very weird.
Yeah, I don't even see you anymore. Hold on.
I'm accepting everything as you put it up. I accept it. Okay, it's so weird. And this right here is most definitely a testament to they just don't want the truth coming out, that he's not this horrible person that he's betrayed to be. He's not this grape juicer. He's not this S abuser. He's not all these ugly things that people are calling him or saying that he is. None of that. As you know, it's just really ridiculous the way they paint him. Now, when you look at his ex-girlfriend, she's just, this is something. It is, oh my goodness. I'm accepting your request. This is beyond weird. It truly is. It's beyond weird. Oh, oh man, the phone dropped.
Hello?
Yeah, I swear, Evan Rachel Wood's minions are doing everything.
Yeah. So that, we could still that not, that's not we can still put it out there. But I was like, oh, this is weird because I popped up in your live, but I couldn't see you anymore. Someone really doesn't want us to talk, and I felt that way. My last phone, I had to replace it because it stopped working. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I had to repost it recently. Well, like a couple months ago, but it would like freeze up on me while I was ready to documents and stuff.
Yeah.
Like messaging somebody and it would freeze up on me, so I completely replaced my phone and I have all these, I blocked access to my camera and my microphone and stuff like that. And I'm trying to fix it. And I had a lot of access for my internet and it still wasn't letting me jump in. So
That's
it was really weird. I listened to what you were saying, and
This right here is beyond weird because I'm still trying to accept you. It pops up and then it goes away. It pops up, it goes away. And I have a sneaky suspicion that even though that my channel is small, it's not as big as other channels, but apparently there's something that they don't want out. I don't know. I just find that that is quite interesting that whenever people start talking about the court case, whenever people start talking about um, Evan Rachel Wood, when she's talking about her being groomed, um, really, really, her being groomed. Now, I'm not dismissing of her age, but you got to look at that other movie what she did and how she had an intimate relationship with another actor, a well-known actor that we all know, and you can look at their pictures, and she was. And to me, it looked like that she was grooming him to accept the fact that, yeah, I may be young, but I'm not young. Don't treat me like I'm young. Treat me like I'm a woman. And that right there is what it seemed like. And when you see her behavior, and that was when she was 16. And my thing is, okay, if she's on set doing these things, where are the parents? What are they allowing her to do? Just my thought. Not everybody had parents like Jodie Foster or oh my goodness, that actress. She was on The Fifth Element, a model. Her mother was there wherever she went. Her mother was. So she didn't do any of those things. She didn't have any of those behaviors. I'm just saying. So that's something that people may want to look at. And Marilyn Manson did not groom her. If it was anything, she was grooming him. Okay. Come on. Okay, I keep on accepting it, and it's not. This is like beyond strange. This is so strange. I guess. I guess I must be far more famous than I gave myself credit for.
I will definitely watch your channel.
They don't want this. They don't want this information out. They don't want you, a Marilyn Manson fan, um, expressing their thoughts on what's going on. And everything what you're saying is factual because you can look it up. It's out there. It's out there, Evan Rachel Wood. It's out there. The gig is up. Ah, this is beyond wild. This is really beyond wild. Okay. Well, let's just continue on like this. So you said that you were introduced to Marilyn Manson by your uncle, and he went to a Marilyn Manson concert, and he got a picture with him and Marilyn Manson, and you said that they could possibly pass for brothers, which is quite interesting. That's really cool. And then you were hooked ever since when you start listening to his music. So continue on, please.
Yeah, so when I hit my teens, you know, well,
Okay. Uh-huh.
went on 7,000 pound audition and 3,000 pound rape. The only way that I, was able to get free of that was another man pregnant. And thank God his daughter walked out because she fought him to call the cops. And I was like, whoa, while they're here, this is going on at home. You know, my brothers are in safe places, they aren't at his house. So, you know, over the years, I kind of like got into the emo stuff, and Manson was like life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always had a Manson album playing in my room. Write or draw, and it kind of inspired me to make some really good art when I was a kid. I wish I still had it, but a lot of it got left behind when I moved away from my mom. But he's definitely sweet.
Go back. He most definitely saved.
Yeah, he definitely saved my life.
He saved your life. Go back. I'm sorry. My phone is just. He saved your life when.
Like, going through the depression, my mom was an alcoholic, and I would just like listen to his music, and instead of cutting, I would just like draw something, and you know, I made it goal that when I was old enough that I would go to every Manson concert possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that kind of like gave me ambition. You know, to like, you know, this depression is, you know, what's causing it. You know, and you know, like, oh, you know, I can turn this depression into something stronger.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what Manson intended in his music, but that's definitely what I picked up from it, you know. But people who say Manson has saved his life, has saved their lives in some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I was like, right there, all of a sudden, when Manson's canceled, it's like, you didn't even give him a chance to explain why she would be saying something like that. You know, but yeah, he's definitely been an inspiration like all my life, and I, you know, I couldn't imagine him doing something so awful. So I could see it in his artwork.
Okay.
Not real life. I don't know him, but you know, I once in a meet and greet, that was like 10 seconds.
How tall is he?
He's pretty tall. He was. Hold on, I have a picture somewhere. I forget what I said. Good education.
Because you know he's pretty tall, but I think you made some very powerful insertions when you said that when you were going through the hardest part within your life, you said instead of cutting, you would listen to his music, and that helped you, and then it gave you strength to do more within life, which I think is a very powerful thing.
Definitely. Yeah, it's, you know, the hero in disguise. I see it. I don't know why people are like, oh, he's such a bad person. But, you know, all of his friends and close people to him are like, oh, he's amazing. You know, I feel like it's so simple. I'm like, you would probably forgive you immediately if you stepped up and you told the truth.
Yeah.
And they did. They thanked him. They thanked her. I mean, you know, like, I don't know. It's hard, honestly. I think a lot of bands would say that this has been a hard couple of years for them.
I could imagine. I mean, you know, there is nothing worse than having an ex scorned and who would do any and everything to make your existence terrible because you're no longer with them. Now, Evan to me strikes me as a person that if you're not feeding her, I don't want to call her a narcissist, but it seems like the world is about her. And if you're not feeding that, then she's going to lash out at you as she did.
Yeah, and that's something that Ashley said is she was worried about Evan, you know, she finally told the truth, and she's like, oh, I'm putting this, good job for her. But Evan, I don't know, she really came out with a lot of allegations in the beginning that were just like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? And then brought her kid into it. As a mother, and I'm sure you could agree, because you have a couple children.
Yeah, I got two. Mm-hmm.
Bringing a kid into something like forcing for collaboration, it's already hard enough for the kid, and then the kid that you think about to murder you or hurt you in some way. But
Yeah.
how do you feel about telling your kid that, knowing that it's a lie? And it's just. Evan strikes me as a very awful person in general. Like, I feel like anyone close to her was only there for her benefit, and when she doesn't need them, then guns kind of thing.
That is what I don't want to say narcissist, but that's when that right there is what people do. And I'm only going to close this into women like Evan Rachel Wood, to where they would use anything to win. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's their children. It doesn't matter if it's family members. It doesn't matter if it's their friends. It is whomever they can use to win. Now, it was most definitely a slap in her face when he proposed to her twice. Now, whatever reason why Marilyn Manson did not marry Evan Rachel Wood, well, whatever reason he didn't marry her, he had to have a really good reason to not walking her down that aisle. Now, whatever it was, it's only between him and her. But that happened twice. Now that he married Lindsay is maybe maybe 2 or 3 years younger than Evan, and to me, it looks like Lindsay does not wear a lot of makeup.
Right. Some of it's pushers, right?
Okay.
I just thought she was here.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't say anything to her that year. I was just like, oh man, Manson, can I hug? Forever, hugging my boob. It wasn't like oh, I love you, I want to marry you kind of thing.
Hey.
So here in the flash,
there are women who do that. There are women who do that, who will most definitely say, I want to marry you and all this other wild stuff. But
the girl in my life, where she was, oh my God, she's naked. A fishnet bodysuit on. Really skimpy.
They attract all types.
So we went ahead of her, but once this girl throws herself at Manson, I'm just like, it's kind of disgusting to do that, considering that Lindsay was right there, not a good part with it. But I remember, I have thousands of questions for him, but I was never like, I have maybe I would not really in love, but not that kind of in love.
Right.
A little bit bad sometimes. I don't know. Altogether, I feel like he's a great person.
Mm.
Yes, they
Just
do that.
back to Ed Rachel Wood, that's right. What do you think of the abortion that she had?
Mm-hmm.
If Manson they wrote about it, safe server, but Kurtz to be Manson, who's a good friend of Manson,
Uh-huh.
and he said that he was there the day that Kevin went to get the abortion.
Oh, wow. Mhm.
And was all like sad that, Kevin out, having an abortion right now. That could have possibly been a huge impact on their relationship, Also, was really anti-fan. She didn't like Manson's fans.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's a big whole reaction.
Yeah. Yeah. But that right there is really something. That is really something. And I think just the fact that he was like, okay, this right here is, I'm sorry, I'm having some work done in my place, so forgive me, it's a little loud. I forgot they were coming.
Yeah, that's like the little hole right there.
I forgot they were coming. But let me see. But by her um doing that and informing him, this is what I'm going to do, and stop and have a discussion, saying, well, maybe we might want to say, hey, let's go ahead and have this. Let's have it. Let's try to make a go of it. But that's not what she did. It was all about what she wanted, and which leads me into saying about that extreme selfishness that she has. And if you look at her behavior within that relationship, and when she was with him, she was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna go do this, and then she went off and gets married. I mean, so then she runs off, she gets married to Jamie Bell, and then that relationship lasts for about 2 years. Leaves her husband, and then leaves, and then comes back to him for another 2 years, and that's when she had the incident with what you were talking about, and then leaves him again for Ilma Gore. And then all this stuff happens because then he says, okay, fine, that's you. I'm going to go ahead and move on with my life. And then that's when he married Lindsay. Oh,
Yeah, that's what the survivor does. They go to talk to someone,
you're absolutely correct. And there are, it's like what's going on right now with Tiger Woods. Prime example. Tiger Woods. I'm sorry, go ahead.
They're guilty. I didn't just make a move to a couple years ago, I believe. But, men are designed to be attracted to women. So naturally, if a woman is hitting on a man and they're all over them, they're going to be like, oh, this one is totally okay with us having sex. Especially if he doesn't fight. Because if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it, and you're going to fight. Trust me, I know. We're like, you scream.
Right.
You get them off of you. But plus, but then they're like, oh, I was drunk and I had sex with this man. I was raped. We're like,
Great.
your shit goes drunk. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, consent sex. Okay. Then the next day, they didn't know that I had sex with him. They're like, oh, I was all over him last night. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
gonna drop it on bomb. I'm sorry if I did, but pretty unbelievable, especially at that age. My mom let me do whatever I wanted, so I kind of partied when I was in high school, 8th grade. But
Uh-huh.
I know the young girl, they're very promiscuous sometimes when you walk each other. I see them go around the older men all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when he's hot, you know, when he's like 22 and you're 16. My niece actually, I just got on her because she was dating a 19-year-old and she's only 16 and we've been dating for a few years. I'm like, Lucy, but I think he's older and you're younger.
Mm-hmm.
You were hitting on him, and that's what an older man's gonna do. Like, they don't stick around. If you're not mature enough, you know, but you made the choice to do it.
Right.
You made the choice to do it. You knew what you were doing. And she's like, yeah, I did, you know. Like, she understood that he was older. She understood, like, she's still technically a child, but when you turn 18, you know, you can be in porn movies, you know. Like, that's the legal age here in America. Some countries, the legal age is like 15 and younger. Oh, I don't know. But there's a huge, like, thing against men that I feel, with the kind of, that's what I wanted to say. Like, that's a good thought word offline. But, you know, Evan had an abortion and then she had someone else's kid. And she's traumatizing him. Like,
Yep.
that is how I see it. Many deal. Like, she took him away from his dad, told him away with the bad man. So the Brian wants to hurt him. There's no proof that, you know, Man's even near her, besides possibly Evan buying a house close to him. I don't know. There's a lot of things that go through my brain. But,
You said a whole lot there, a whole lot to unpack, because a lot of what you said most definitely is looming within a court case. Because right now, Evan Rachel Wood not only lost her custody case, but she also lost custody of her child. Meanwhile, trying to loom Marilyn Manson in the mix of that when he had nothing to do with it. And it's like it is beyond comprehension how she finds ways to keep relevant within his life. It's like he could be on the moon and she'll make her insert herself some way in being on the moon to mess with him. All because he's not giving her any zero attention. He moved on. He's like, okay, I'm done. Do your thing. I'll go do mine. Years later, and all of a sudden, Marilyn Manson did this to me. So we need to extend laws in California and into the and across the United States on a federal level to extend this time to 20. I'm like 20 years. Really? 20 years? She did that, and everyone in the California assembly, they passed it. Then went to Congress and was in the middle of passing it until Marilyn Manson filed that defamation suit. And then people start reading it and they're like, oh, wait a minute. That's when Senator Rubio lost her seat. They're like, did you not look into this woman's background?
yeah, exactly.
And she made a mockery of the judicial system. She made a mockery of the legislative system. She made a mockery of the women's liberation. She made a mockery of the Me Too. And not one feminist, I'm waiting for you feminists to come out and say, Evan, how dare you? Not one came out. It was crickets. And Alyssa Milano, you're a fool to the third power around the moon to say believe all women, and you're still saying believe Evan Rachel Wood. Really? I'm done.
I just want to say, she come out for Manson. She's like, you know what? I've been through this. I'm a victim of false allegation. You know, like I've been around Manson. I'm still around Manson. And, you know, it doesn't make sense. Not her words, but basically what I picked up from it.
Oh, this is one even worse than Evan Rachel Wood.
Which one?
Oh, Tina Turner.
Tina Turner? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
She lied on him. She lied on Ike. Because I remember making jokes. Oh, if you don't like it, hit me again. Dumb jokes like that. But it's starting to come out that she lied on him to boost her career.
that's it. My career, I'm just a bit. And everything I do, well, she's very good. I
Mm.
but yes, Manson and Manson helped her get all the stuff. Sorry. I read sorry, not there, you're not there. How the musician's career before Manson, and now after, she did Phoenix Rising, and she's been doing that Heaven and Bane, which we mentioned before in Funny that they haven't posted anything. And then she goes, what are you saying next, Evan? I want to go to your show. I've been to a concert in 3 years. 2 years, actually. I went to Rock Off, it was just heartbroken the whole time. But, sorry, I'm angry.
Yeah, no, I know how passionate you are about this, and which leads me to my next question about the court case. Now, knowing everything that we know, and I'm not going to rehash all the small things and all the things that people said. No, we're not going to go into that because many people have done that, and that right there is on ICU. My question to you is, what do you think the outcome is going to be?
I think Mason's going to win. I think the court, all of this, Jamie Bell speaking, and he's like, Manson had nothing to do with this. She inflicted psychological harm on my kid, on her kid. The court's not really looking at that, I don't think, but they really should, because JB's mentioned Manson many times in interviews and stuff like that. I think Manson's gonna win, unless court is fan biased. That's the only, and it's an unfair trial, and for some stupid reason they use stupid jail because everyone's like, I wish you should have posted on social media. I really think that Manson's gonna win. I don't care what anybody's saying. They could be like, I didn't get this, and I don't care. I don't care, because right now she's kind of a laughing stock.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure I was greedy, but from a legal standing, I don't give. It's a fair trial. I really think Manson's gonna win. I think he's gonna get justice, and I have to compare it to Johnny Depp.
Yes.
Amber did the same exact thing, she had proof, but after analyzation, everything like that, they're like, hey, look, this is the same picture, that lighting, so I really think that maybe Evan's not going to go to jail, which she really should, with the unfortunate FBI agents, which I never went to very good length. Just said she was right there, and it's believable. Why did Elmer Gore flee her house? That's what I want to know. Oh wait.
You mean recently?
In Marilyn's declaration, she mentions that Elma moved to her house.
Uh-huh.
All of their stuff there. Gave her the iPad, and then she moved to Florida. Not to disclose her location. I hope nobody tries to stalk her or anything, but like, you know, I thought that was interesting. I, I, I think he has a very good case, and he has, you know, just believable people to testify for him,
Right.
rather than Evan, where things are going to be shaky and nervous.
Well, I was thinking that a lot is going to come out. Now, as far as the FBI letter, they had to go according to only surrounding the FBI letter. Now, they couldn't use Brighton's declaration as far as backing up the FBI letter on its own. Now, that right there is going to come in certain segments of it. But I'm pretty sure Ilma Gore and Evan Rachel Wood, being who they are, I got a strong feeling that they're going to pull an Amber Heard and bring the Kate Moss into it as Amber Heard did in her case and totally destroyed it. And so I just see her jealousy coming out. I see her looking at Lindsay Manson or Lindsay Warner, and Evan's like, I should be Evan Warner, and I just see that happening. I just see her jealousy and immaturity oozing out into the court. I see what's her name? Ilma Gore being upset because Evan Rachel Wood did reel her in. And yes, many people call what's her name? Ilma Gore a grifter. Well, she may have been, and she may have turned Evan's head to different directions.
She like she said she would.
I see this case being a fiasco, and I see Marilyn Manson walking away smiling. I mean, I do. I mean, I just see them being very self-destructive.
Oh yeah, definitely. Uh,
But
yeah,
but
I don't think they're gonna be able to keep their stories in mind. Like they might be able to, but if they're asked the right questions,
yeah, yeah. Because keep in mind. I'm sorry. I'm going to say this so I don't forget. Keep in mind that even though that the judge took ruled partially on the FBI letter. Now, the letter was taken out, but the intent, Evan's state of mind, stayed in. So there's going to be a way for them to get them to talk or to bring the letter in. I see it happening.
yeah, that letters gonna be sent.
Oh yeah. Oh, almost definitely yeah. Because Maryland has one thing over them, and that is two things: age and wisdom. Just because you're older doesn't make you wise. But if you're one of those decent people like Marilyn Manson, it's going to be easy to expose all the horrible. I mean, it's going to be easy to expose them because you just say one thing and they're going to unwind and everything's going to come out like it did with Amber Heard. Amber Heard's jealousy came out. Oh my goodness. Her jealousy for Kate Moss just came oozing out. And it was her that said it. No one mentioned it, Kate Moss. But she had to get at Johnny Depp at any means necessary, and she did.
Yeah, she didn't even know the detail. I don't know. I wonder if Amber's ever even met Kate Moss. Like if she's ever even talked to her, like to make that statement.
No, as far as I know, they have never met. But the interesting part was Ellen Barkin. Man, Ellen Barkin is still mad at things that happened 30 years ago. I'm like, oh, Ellen, stop it. Stop it. Get over it.
Manson fanatic. Honestly, like that subject. They don't much. Ramstein, never seen a live. I like to watch live concerts. They're insane on stage. Like the things they do is like nuts. Like tradition, you know. I don't think that's how they really are, you know. And God, I got off subject. I'm sorry. I started digging into that. Oh, okay. So, yeah. What was your question? What were you saying? Or
Oh, just as far as your thoughts about the case and how you think it's going to go. And you basically said that he's going to win, and you were saying why.
yeah. Okay, yeah, I can continue. I did that question. But you said something that just shouldn't be just the Ramstein and then the girls and crazy things and
Oh, that was about Ellen Barkin still holding on to that anger 30 years later with Johnny Depp. And that right there is going to, I believe, and this is all my prediction, that Evan Rachel Wood is really okay. It's going to be a triangle effect.
yeah.
Okay. Just listen to this. Just listen to this. This right here is going to be a triangle. Now you have the main person that is Marilyn Manson, that is the person that is surrounding all of this. Then you have Evan Rachel Wood, who didn't secure the ring. She didn't secure the ring, so she is having she still has her anger behind that. Now, sitting behind Marilyn Manson is going to be his wife that's going to infuse anger in Evan Rachel Wood, which then you have behind Evan Rachel Wood is Ilma Gore, that was her love interest. It was like Ilma loved Evan Rachel Wood more than Evan Rachel Wood loved Manson. Or
Thinking. But you really do think that Ellen did this with like pure concern
yep,
for Evan?
yep. She did. I mean, I truly believe she did. And then Evan introduced Ilma Gore to a life that she has never had. And imagine being elevated about 5,000 levels above what you're normally used to, and all of a sudden you get kicked out, and then you have a broken iPad, and then your stuff mailed to you to Florida. I mean, it was really something. It was really something. As soon as Ilma was accepted, she was also rejected within the same breath. So Ilma did not live in the world that Evan Rachel Wood was brought up in. She's beyond delusional. And when you have delusional people like that, you have a tendency to try to help them, and their whole world becomes your world, and then you become the person that is fighting their battles, and you do whatever you can to help that person. Like, you start calling the ex-boyfriend a pedophile around the park, and you start calling him a groomer and all these other things, thinking that you're helping the person that you love the most, when that person really didn't love you that much or put much effort into it, and you were easily disposable. I feel bad for Ilma. I do. And everything that Ilma did was based on what Evan Rachel Wood said. So Ilma is going to get away with a lot of things. She's not going to get away with scot-free, but everything she said was based on what Evan Rachel Wood told her. But Ilma is smart. She's smart. So she got some of her testimony or some of the questions stricken through her anti-slap. Now, Evan, on the other hand, she'll be paying. Oh, I'm going to be doing some updates for the members. So you'll be getting that. I got some updates on the jury, and I'm going to be doing some clips on that. I think I might even do a skit.
Ohio accents coming out of me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do a Marilyn Manson skit as far as Evan Rachel Wood being in trial. Just I'm going to imagine what she may say. Like, at least I came here. I mean, I really don't want to sit for this. I have more things. I got better thing to do than sit here and talk about this dribble. I am gracing you with my presence. I mean, she actually said that. And she go back to the Discord, and I put up what do you call it? I put up her testimony. What's his name? Howard. I'm sorry, Manson's lawyer added her declaration. You can't make that wild stuff up. You can't. Just take a look at it, and you're going to laugh. You're going to say, "Is this woman even on planet Earth?" Oh yes.
Type thing, and rappers, and cuts back and like, right. Trying to get the right now. So the fire and come down.
Yes.
Really? I back up. You know, there's two. Oh, and I'm going to interview all of you.
Yes.
Nervous. So nervous. Yes, with high. So I did, you know, she does kind of, she has anxiety, she does kind of be anxious or happy, whatever, you know. But to, like, come out and say that, you know,
Yeah.
I lied. I've been lying to you. Manson's innocent. Didn't do any of that stuff to me. He was sweet. He was loving. He took care of me. Like,
Oh.
no. Oh, hold on. I gotta let Aurora, because she's been, like, when she taken out and, like, Thursday, but she had proof of getting an email and everything. You know.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. But I feel like that's a huge, you know, why did they take that out?
Well, what Evan and Ilma Gore are trying to do is they are trying to say that they have the freedom of speech under the First Amendment to say what they want to say. And this right here is a fight over the constitutionality of the freedom of speech. So when Marilyn Manson says, "Well, she defamed me by her saying that that I'm a pedophile around the park, and that the woman that was in a groupie was really 16 years old in the film, and saying that I've done all these things, which I have not, so I'm going to sue you." And now they come back with their anti-slap saying, "Well, I can say what I want to say." That is what this is all about, as far as that portion which you were talking about. Yeah, I'm just, it's going to be quite interesting what theory they try to use. Okay.
ended up the first bench.
Mhm.
He like we got down one day, but you know, got our life together and I forgot, but you know, like he wasn't like he wanted to explore his sexuality, to say it nicely, you know, like we're really good friends. Like after he came out and said, "I'm like, how I know," you know, we could have kids, but they had failed. You know, like I want to have kids, but now that you worked it down, I can't trust you. I mean, I could trust them, but you know, I parent our kid to this day, and we're good friends, but we don't hang out. But like we don't fight.
Well, it's good. That's good.
Well, between us, you know, kid group, we love each other, like it's great, you know, honestly. But yeah, sorry.
Oh, no problem. No problem. But I have a funny feeling that a lot of the stuff that's going to come in that they're not allowing in is going to come in based on what they say. Now, Ilma Gore to me is more poised than Evan Rachel Wood. That's what it seems like to me. But I think a lot of what they were not able to get in is going to come in through Evan Rachel Wood. Like I said, it is a pyramid. And the only one sitting back there not in the pyramid is his wife. And his wife is going, just by her mere presence, is going to rub Evan Rachel Wood the wrong way. And I see her having a meltdown. I mean, I just see it. And they have to televise it because I'm going to televise it on Big Girl Diary. I mean, I'm going to give you play by play, going back to the declarations and, giving my $10.50 worth of legal knowledge.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be. I hope they, you know, after like honestly, Manson's always been kind of like personal. Like he doesn't like business out there. Like I would like to see him as the stage persona, but like I also know that he's not like, oh hey, like we should go kill our neighbors.
Yeah. Mm.
So Manson song going kill anybody. Remember, I didn't go think there's like a Facebook group that I watch. Marilyn Manson on Facebook. I'm gonna do it, but I'm pretty embarrassed or anything.
No. I have to say, Marilyn Manson fans may have a goth type to them, some. But I know for a fact, based on me doing what I do, Marilyn Manson fans are some of the warmest, most intelligent, kind-hearted people. And very, very good people. And just by them allowing me, and I want to thank you, Lexie, for allowing me into your world and to be able to speak on your world to the world to explain or even to cover what's going on with Marilyn Manson. And I cannot thank you all enough for even giving me the privilege to actually do this.
Yeah.
I really thank you.
Likewise. With like Terrace, she has an Instagram. She those two are like the first people to actually speak good on Manson. Like actually time and look into everything and she knew enough about Evan Rachel Wood and Manson when they were together to be able to speak online. You know, there was a lot more after that I found, but they were the first two because everybody else is like posting, oh man, did this. I knew it. I knew he was that kind of person.
Yeah, I have to go back through my old live streams because there was a woman that called in, and she was an older woman, and she said that she knows Evan Rachel Wood's family, and that she grew up hanging out with Evan Rachel Wood. And she said that her mother had a lot of issues, and her father tried his best to keep his mother from keep her mother from influencing her in a negative manner. Now, she said that it wasn't that her mother was a bad person. No, she just had some issues that and she said something about her. Wait a minute, I don't want to speak on that. About her being in a seventh grade. I'm not quite. Let me go ahead and retract that. But there's something about Evan Rachel Wood being in a seventh grade and while she was pulled out of school. So there's a lot right there, a whole lot right there that can be looked at and analyzed and discussed in great length why she does what she does. But I have to find that. Oh my goodness, that happened. That was last year sometime. So there's a lot of footage to go through. But oh my goodness, we've been on here almost 2 hours. So what I would do, because I have some things that I need to do, I would love to give you the final word on what you would like to say about the situation. Please go for it.
Yeah. Who am I speaking? Next thing I want to look into individual, like childhood, like her mom. Oh, she's the one that. I don't know if there's much more to say. So I know there's like a lot more, but what's the example? There's a few things that,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I to go holding. I'll get that. It's a lot.
Go ahead and talk, Lexie.
So,
Yes.
I don't even know where to start.
I'm live streaming.
Like 2 hours.
She told you on live streaming.
I was looking at Manson's complaint. I'm sorry. That was down here. 1 second.
I'm not taking your time.
Okay. So, how after going good virus, the Manson, more reason I think that he had a stronger argument for. I really think he's gonna win. I really do.
Yeah, he does have and to back up what you're saying, he does have a stronger case in court. Oh yeah, does she ever?
Definitely more than Manson. The Manson, what he said, there's more things to believe it. Thank you with the iPad. The iPad, but it was using for ribbons.
Yeah, the iPad was Ilma's, but her son broke it. Evan's son broke it. So when she went to Australia to see her sister, that's where she gave it to her and left it. So oh yeah. She went to California, a small town in California, the northern part of California, and used her cousin's iPad. Huh.
definitely think that Manson got everything he needed.
Yeah, I mean, I most definitely agree with you.
Yeah, I'm sending it to all these people. We're not going to send it straight to the source that need it. It's just in case you read this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of going and sharing everything to everybody else, I'm going to share it yours. Out. You know, but yeah, I know. I definitely appreciate you too there. And thank you for spending part of everything.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday. This right here will most definitely be stamped. Anything on the internet stays forever. So I do want to thank you for taking time out of your special day, your birthday, to talk about Marilyn Manson and the case, because this right here is something very important. Because this case, like Johnny Depp, is going to do two things. Is that it's going, in my opinion, it's going to have to make the feminists really address their notion of believing all women. It's really going to make them have to separate themselves from the women who are lying and to start calling them out. And that's something that they have not done as of yet, as far as Amber Heard standing up there saying that she's an abused woman and she's the face of abused women. And she clearly, through the court case, was not. She was the abuser. So what this is doing, because there are so many layers to this, that Evan Rachel Wood is simply a figurehead of what's wrong with feminism and what's wrong with the women allowed to run wild and go unchecked. So Marilyn Manson is defending his name like Johnny Depp defended his name. And now Johnny Depp has his life back. Everything that he lost, he got 10 times back, which Marilyn Manson, once he goes through this, he's going to get his life back because the truth will be prevailed. And all the lies that Evan Rachel Wood said and spewed out there, and people believing it, she's going to have to, which she is now, as you stated. Now, Evan's starting to be mocked. I'm sorry, please go ahead.
Rights.
Mm-hmm.
We have rights. We don't need that. Where we can go online on men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not human. It's like animal behavior. And they're accusing Manson of treating them like animals, but they're acting like animals.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Yes.
Kind of shameful. Other women and a lot of women instead of that are real victims. But it's kind of an insult to people who've actually been through abuse and, fought with their significant others and, act great. Like, I think there should be some huge repercussions for Evan.
Oh, there is.
And my mom, she didn't get away with it because she didn't want to, I think she knew what she was doing, and then she's like, okay, I'm done, I did what I gotta do, and I'm gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say that I'm gonna hide. I have no contact with them anymore. Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm gonna still, like, jot stuff down and come back at you later with the.
Okay, I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you taking time out and giving your thoughts. And even though my phone has acted up, and I do apologize for that, and those of you who have stuck through it with this interview, I thank you so much. And Lexie, I cannot thank you so much for dealing with all. I thought I had everything straight, and I did have an issue. So I'm glad we worked through it. And I'm even gladder, that's not even a word, but it is today. I'm happier that it worked out well in the end. And you made a lot of valid points, and I cannot thank you for taking time out of your busy day and your birthday. And you are most definitely a strong Marilyn Manson supporter, and with you being in there and fighting that good fight, because I do see you on Instagram and I do see you on Twitter, most definitely battling these women who are saying that all men are abusers and this, that, and the other. You're fighting that good fight, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's true. Fighting it. You're the best feminist out there. Manson hasn't even been near him. So, like, we're not talking about, like, he hasn't seen her in 10 years, you know that. And I assume he wasn't even anywhere near her. He was just, birthday.
Yeah.
To come out to look at her, like, so it's just, like, everybody told her, it's got Ted, red-blooded, red-ball, red-birthday. That's like everything, almost. A lot of it's been deleted, but I do have a few links because I searched Edward Martin. Yeah, that's all gone, but I have the link.
Okay.
Pasted. So it's gotta be somewhere on here that, I think anything gets really deleted. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to bring you back on. Not have to. I would like to bring you back on if you're up to it, if you have time. I would like to bring you back on before the trial, and then we can talk about how feminism has really did a hatchet job on men. I would like to, talk to you a little bit about that at a different date when you have time.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Well, we are almost at the 2 hour mark. It didn't seem like it, but it is. And I most definitely appreciate you for stopping by, Lexie. I cannot thank you enough.
I appreciate you too. Just much love, and I hope you have a good day, Nora. And I'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. I really appreciate Lexie taking time out of her schedule. It's her birthday. And she most definitely is a Marilyn Manson supporter, and really she did a lot to defend him and also defend men. Now, we all do not have perfect lives, no. But it doesn't mean that you go and then you go destroy someone else's life, because that is simply what you want to do because you feel entitled, or you are that selfish. You're such a selfish human being that everything must come to you. Then you're going to have something coming to you, and that is a lawsuit. On that note, I want to thank you most definitely for stopping by, because you could be anywhere in the world, and one thing that is precious is time. And I appreciate you for spending your time with me. On that note, bye-bye.